PA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Denver Broncos. We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Denver Broncos and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
So don't say nothing.
First carry for the former Pro Bowler, Josh Jacobs. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. On 2nd and 7, Murray. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
To throw, it's Murray. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
Going deep for Hopkins. And he's got it inside the 10. And all the way home for a Bronco score. DeAndre Hopkins with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Any day. Fofo's a Mike. Mike's Fofo.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Armour-Davis. And the Broncos are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. So they gave up the big play on the touchdown in the first drive, Charles, and now they were looking for a big play of their own. Instead, they throw the interception.
And, Brandon, they came right out and went for it, trying to push the ball downfield. But remember, the other side ran a few plays before their big one, so they got a little impatient there, and it cost them.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
Let's get it.
Play fake. Murray.
Strip that ball.
Buying time to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
He'll buy some time right. Try to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jags are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. The Jaguars had 1 and 6 now. They come in losers of 2 straight, so try to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning.
And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Armour-Davis. And the Broncos are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
6 yards left on 2nd down.
Hey, we got 4 down.
Now Murray off play action. On the move to his left. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 22 yards there, a first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's got this down to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Murray. Dancing to his left. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick, and the Jaguars are going to get the football back at their own 17. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started. Well, this game, the 9th that the Jags have played here in London, you might know that Shad Khan, he's the owner of both the Jaguars and Fulham in the English Premier League on the soccer side of things. And this is the 3rd of 3 London games the NFL will play this year. But there is one more game to come over on the continent. The Seahawks and Bucks from Munich, Germany. The first time a regular season game will be played there. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go. Set. 60 outlaw. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory, right at the 40. Here's Lawrence to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Got it.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Fofo's a Mike. Mike's Fofo.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Watch the shift. Watch the shift. Hey, watch the shift. Watch the shift.
Pilot 64 weak.
Mike, check. Watch the curve.
Move.
On play action, Lawrence. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Ready?
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, here's Etienne. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
On first down, right back to Etienne. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss.
Fofo's a Mike. Mike's Fofo.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting at 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long.
44's the Mike. 44's.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Pick me up. Here we go. 44 is the mic. 44 is Mike. Check.
They're going on 4th down. Lawrence.
Here we go again.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
44 is the mic. What we got? What we got? What we got?
ETN up the middle, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence. He'll drop this one off with ETN. Touchdown! Travis Etienne, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Going deep for Hopkins. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off. And the Jags are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That's it, baby.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
Let's go now. 70, Indy.
4. Man, that's trash. That's trash. 44 is the mic. 44 is the mic.
Let's go.
On 2nd and 2, Lawrence. And that's complete ETN out of the backfield. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Break.
Mike's Fofo. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 44 is the mic. 44 is the mic. Check. You don't want it?
Hey, high 7. 5.
Now Lawrence on 1st down.
Hey, let's get some penetration here.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, the best don't mind making tough throws, but that was a real difficult one right there. Out of the pocket, trying to beat double coverage. More times than not, that's going to end up as an incomplete pass, if not worse.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Fofo's the mic. Mike's Fofo. Hey, pick it
Hey,
up.
Zoo.
44.
Here's Lawrence.
Check Mike.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air and defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
44 is the mic.
Lawrence.
No chance.
And this one is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
On the set.
Mike Swervo.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty.
Hey, Charlie.
44 is the Mike. 44 is Mike.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Let's see what you got.
After the turnover, here's Murray. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Room here to run. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Omaha. Come back.
Murray now to throw.
Get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Murray now. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The kick by Marr is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides would be thrilled with that.
Ready, set.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with Lawrence's arm, they may give him a shot to let this thing rip downfield. We'll see. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Yes.
Mike Swervo.
Final play of the half. It's Lawrence taking a shot for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the 2nd half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Another tote for Etienne. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
2 straight 4-yard runs, and it is steadily working the ball downfield. To me, they're staying right on schedule. First down, you want 4 yards or more to set up the rest of the drive. They're getting exactly that.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
44, Mike.
They'll run with Etienne. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Get ready.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. Man open, here is Jones. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 27. Play action. It's Lawrence. That's going to be caught. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Christian Kirk, 27 yards. And the Jaguars have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. Now the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Sliding out of the pocket. Going deep for Hopkins. It got his man complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. DeAndre Hopkins. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Broncos have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now 17-14. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the 3rd quarter, but a moment ago, the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
On 2nd down, Etienne once more. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On third down, Lawrence, and able to find Kirk complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
I got you, punk.
Straight ahead, Etienne. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. 7 yards there and a first down.
60 yards.
Let's go, baby. 44.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
80 weapon. Hit it.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Lawrence will throw. Screenplay. Here's Etienne. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Check. Hey, let's get that ball. Hey, let's get that ball.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Let's go.
4th down. Here's Lawrence. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Check.
X3. 218. Chop sign.
Back to the ground with Etienne. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So both teams trade touchdowns in the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here we go, D. All day. Defense all day. All day.
On 1st down, Lawrence. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Call it a gain of 3, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7.
44.
They go play action now. Lawrence toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is right there. It's good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Hey, hold on. Big Ace.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Sit. Forward.
Mike 8. It's our time. It's our time.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Mike 8. Bring it. Mike 8.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. That's Foley Fadukasi who got in there and finished off the play.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
On the return, here's Agnew. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
He's coming. We got
6-6, bullet high. Hit it.
Running out of the gun with ETN. 74 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
check 52.
61, matchbox.
Now Lawrence to throw. He'll get this off to ETN. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Don't let him breathe. Play that tight D.
Look, squeeze.
Defense. 25, check 25.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Handoff running left is ETN. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Fofo's a Mike.
Protein spill.
Quarterback, don't get
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Let's go. 10-2 stop.
Check. Hey, come on, oh. 44, Mike.
On 4th down, Lawrence. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Broncos are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Murray going to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Josh Jacobs, 67 yards. And the Broncos strike quickly to take the lead here in the 4th. They get one more as the extra point's up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
44, Mike, 44.
I can't believe they let you play.
Back to throw, Lawrence. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Oh, that's about as tough as they come. You're driving to try to put the ball in the end zone and tie the game, and that happens.
It's exciting for us, wasn't it? Because we were thinking, hey, we might be headed towards overtime. Instead, it looks like this one may very well be done. And guess what? If you're a fantasy owner and you have that defense, you just had a big, big game, didn't you?
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. He's going to fire this thing deep right side. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
You can't block me.
They go play action with Lawrence. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. A final shot now for Lawrence. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Broncos come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statistician.